Welcome, welcome, welcome to another exciting learning time with EduLab 360. Yay! Today we continue learning about tricky words. How many of my friends remember our tricky words song? You do? Oh, let's sing it together. Let's go. Tricky words, tricky words, tricky words, tricky words. They don't sound like they spell. They don't spell like they sound. Tricky words, tricky words, tricky words. Yay! Okay, today we're learning about another tricky word. Who can guess what tricky word we're learning about today? Okay, while you're guessing, let me write it out. W H Y. W H Y. Why? Why? You cannot have the ice cream. Why? You cannot take your toy to school. Why? Why? Why is a tricky word. How do we spell the tricky word why? Friends, let's spell together. Let's go. W H Y. Why? Again. Why? W H Y. Why? Now let's make a sentence using the tricky word why. Why are you sad? And this is a question, so we end the sentence with a question mark. Why are you sad? You're coming back from school and you see your friend in the corner and they're wearing a long sad face. And so you walk up to your friend and say, why are you sad? Why? Why? Remember, the word why is a tricky word. Why is it a tricky word? Because it does not sound like it spells. You do not use the sounds to pronounce the word. Let's try to use the sound. Woo, huh, yep. And that way, we would have been saying, whoa, ha, whoa, hoop. Oh no, that's not even how to pronounce the word. How do you pronounce the word W-H-Y? Why? 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 We do not use our sounds to blend the letters in the word. We only learn how to spell the word. Now, friends, together again, can we spell the word why? Why? W-H-Y. Why? One more time. Why? W-H-Y. Why? Why? Why are you sad? Why are you happy? Oh, because I got a new toy. Why? Why are you going to school by this time? I'm going to school at this time because I woke up really late. Why? Why do you want more cookies? I want more cookies because I love them. Why? Why? W-H-Y. Why? Good job, friends. Now keep practicing how to spell your tricky words, and I'll see you next time when we come on for another exciting learning adventure with EduLab 360. Yay! Bye, friends!